Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. So we've been following, obviously, what is going on in Ukraine. We've shown how, look, I don't like that Putin invaded, and America is highly culpable in this event, and they keep stoking the fire. They're like almost trying, like Biden and NATO are almost like trying to get us into World War III, which would end all life on planet Earth. So it's kind of a big deal. Most recently, they've been talking about shipping tanks to Ukraine through Poland, I believe, and Germany's involved. So I wanted to show you everything that I've been seeing on Twitter, and this is pretty significant. So first of all, this is from Kim.com.
I'm announcing.
We're going to talk. And you write, according to Joe Biden, World War III starts with the shipment of offensive equipment.
The idea that we're going to send in offensive equipment and planes and tanks and trains going in with American pilots and American crews. Just understand, don't kid yourself, no matter what you all say. That's called World War III. Today, I'm announcing that the United States will be sending 31 Abrams tanks to Ukraine.
I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
So there's that. Then this is Rachel Blevins is pointing out here. Rachel Blevins, who we've had on the show, the U.S. announced it will send 31 Abrams tanks to Ukraine. Germany says it will send 14 Leopard tanks to Ukraine. And Germany foreign minister just declared Berlin is fighting a war against Russia. But again, NATO is purely a defensive alliance. Listen to this.
And therefore, I've said already in the last days, yes, we have to do more to defend Ukraine. Yes, we have to do more also on tanks. But the most important and the crucial part is that we do it together and that we do not do the blame game in Europe, because we are fighting a war against Russia and not against each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Minister.
She just admitted it. It's a war against Russia. This is the attitude now. And, this is what Medea Benjamin said. Biden strong-armed Germany to send Leopard tanks. Now U.S. will send Abrams tanks, despite initial objection from U.S. generals. Another step to direct war with Russia. Disastrous decision. We need peace talks instead. Peace in Ukraine. It's Medea Benjamin is 100% right here. It's really... This is what we're doing. We're ramping up a war with Ukraine, with Russia through Ukraine. We're sending in tanks. And you just saw Kim.com put that in Biden's own word. That would be World War III. And now here he is doing World War III. And liberals are totally okay with this. Liberals are totally okay with us starting World War III with Russia. It's crazy. Yeah, but Putin, I don't like what Putin, this is bad. Here's the other thing that people keep missing, because the American and the Western media will not talk about this. Before the invasion in January, so a year ago, Zelensky was like, hey, the West keeps meddling and causing problems. As Russia was building up armaments and troops along the Ukrainian border, it was like, uh-oh, this is a bad thing. And Russia said, we're willing to go to the negotiation table. And Zelensky said, yeah, we're going there. 48 hours later, Boris Johnson, then the Prime Minister of England, shows up, has a meeting that we don't know about. Well, it was behind closed doors, so we don't know what was said. We know they had a meeting, but we don't know what was said. So Zelensky and Boris Johnson have a meeting. Immediately following that, Zelensky's like, yep, we're going to allow NATO, nukes and bases here, which is what Putin was like, I don't want nukes on the border. I don't want a NATO base on my border. And he said, imagine if I was trying to put a Russian base in Canada, or China was trying to put a base in Mexico. What would America do? They wouldn't stand for it. So Zelensky was talking about peace talks. He didn't want an invasion. And then Boris Johnson comes to him and probably says, who knows what, you better do this, or we're going to pull funding, or whatever was said or threatened or offered, or whatever carrot was dangled. Then Zelensky does a complete 180 and says, we're going to have bases and missiles in Ukraine. Then Russia invaded. At the time, I didn't think Putin would invade, but he called everybody's bluff. And now here we are escalating. And be real clear here, for all the people waving the Ukrainian flags, I stand with the people of Ukraine. You're not helping the people of Ukraine by continuing to draw out this war on their soil. You're not helping that at all. So this is, this is typical sort of liberals are okay with war when Democrats do it. It's insane. And I'm no fan of the Republican Party. There's Republicans that are okay with war. I mean, that's the other thing too. Bipartisan, nobody has said boo to this. I think we're upwards of $120 billion that's already been sent to Ukraine, maybe more now. Bipartisan support for that. Bipartisan support. It's good business to be in favor of war. Bipartisan voting for the $858 billion war budget for 2023. The $120 billion that goes to Ukraine, that's separate from the $858 billion military budget. Not to mention, as we talked about with Chris Hedges on this show, the intelligence apparatus, NASA, the NSA, not NASA, the NSA, the CIA, and private intelligence have what's called a black budget. It's not out there. And we're supposed to be a democracy with transparency. So we don't have transparency for the amount of money we spend on our intelligence budget. This isn't good, everybody. And the hypocrisy of America and now Western Europe is insane. We're strong arming Western Europe to do this, but we're the hypocrites. Russia hasn't been bombing the Middle East since 9/11. We have. Russia hasn't been dropping tens of thousands of bombs on the Middle East. We have. So we've stoned this up, and it's good for war business, and it could bring about World War III. That's not good. This is not good. And Biden is, just like Trump, is a puppet to the military-industrial complex. I've shown you on this show how in the 2020 election, in the donation from the military industry, the defense industry donated $2.7 million to Trump's 2020 campaign and $3.1 million to Biden's campaign, which means we would have war no matter what. So I don't like this. And I'm glad there's people out there talking about it, but more of us need to. I'm glad Medea Benjamin's out there, Rachel Blevins, Claire Daly, that is on the EU Parliament from Ireland. She's calling them out, and America should be called out because we're the ones causing the problems. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth, everybody. And, that's how you shave your knuckles for justice. So I'm just going to keep you updated on this and pay attention and contact your representatives and say, why are we doing this? I don't want war with Russia. This is a horrible idea. So get vocal, folks. We should start our own protests in the streets here, just like they're doing in France. We should be protesting in the streets that we don't want this. And when we're already in a recession, we have inflation, we have all this stuff, and we're still spending all this money on war in Ukraine. It's insane. So shave your knuckles for justice, everybody. Boom. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. We are still in our 9th month of demonetization from YouTube. So support what we're doing at patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, which is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. It's free to sign up, and there's a premium level at $10 a month. And for that, you get everybody on the platform's premium content. Myself, Lee Camp, Ron Placone, Jimmy Dore, Whitney Webb, Kim Iverson, Abby Martin, and many, many others. You can also support what we're doing at Venmo at Graham-Elwood and go to GrahamElwood.com. We have a PayPal button and a PO box. I also have crypto wallets, which are all in the show notes. Thanks for supporting what we do.